Hi everyone, this is my official review of the X100F, and I've had this camera since February and it has been an awesome machine. A couple of things that I like about it: has a thread so you can put a shutter button on it, has a D-pad and a joystick, great combination to get your settings going, quick button, awesome. The electronic viewfinder is something that is unbelievable. This is one of the reasons why I got the camera. Turn it on, you put everything on A, the shutter speed, ISO, aperture, and then you can use this button, the AF button. You press it, you move the camera a little bit until you get the tone that you want. For example, if I don't set the tone or anything, I take it to picture, it's really bright. But if I use this button, then this will lock the exposure, and then recompose here, and it takes a picture, which is the color that I want, a little bit darker. Amazing camera. Not only can you use the exposure lock here, but you can use the exposure compensation button, which is something that I really like. So, let's say I'm taking a picture over there. Turn it on first, right? Take a picture. Let's say that's the picture. That's one of the pictures. But let's say I want to do a different composition. Maybe I want it a little bit darker. I can do that. Take the picture again. Boom. And you'll see those pictures right now. Same thing with video. The electronic viewfinder or the screen, it gives you, it's going to give you what you see. It's a little misleading sometimes, maybe, when you do video, sometimes you have to, when you change some of the settings, like the shadows, the highlights, and the sharpness, sometimes you really can't see in the screen if it's over sharpened or not. So you have to practice a little bit and get an idea of the look and feel that you want. Most of the time I take pictures in black and white so I can get the tone. And then I have the raw, and Lightroom does a pretty good job in converting those pictures to what they were. But the JPEGs are awesome. Some people say, oh, I'll just take JPEGs, and which is fine. But I think taking JPEGs in RAW doesn't take too much of your memory. The battery's the same as the XT2 or the Fuji X-E3, which is awesome. The battery does last longer when you take pictures and video, so that's a plus. Video-wise, it does fine when you have manual focus. When it's autofocused, when you put it in continuous autofocusing, there's some issues to it, and you're gonna have to kind of figure the settings that you want. I'm still trying to figure out the settings, and I kind of am getting it because I use this camera mostly for video than pictures, and that is because when I first got it, before I got this one, I had the T, and I was using my 5D Mark III a lot, but I was getting tired of, using it, and so I decided, hey, I don't see anybody using the T for video, and it has a video function, and so I started doing it, and it was very nice. And then the F came out, and I was like, hey, this could be my little video camera, especially when you have the Sony 6000, 6500, 6300. Those Sony cameras are exactly the size, cost a little less, and they do wonderful video, even 4K, which is something that blows me away, which this camera only does 1080p. I like it that you can use, they give you a lid for it. Some people don't. You can put a hood. Sometimes when you have the hood put in a bag is a little bit bigger. Other than that, I really like the camera. There's I've done a ton of videos, and throughout this video I'll put some of the videos that I've taken over the last more than a few months, since February. Putting a monopod on this is really easy, and taking video. Adding small HD, something like the small HD in this, is super convenient because it tells you if you are exposed or not. And it has a 2.5 millimeter in, which is annoying. It should be at 3.5. It has HDMI port that comes out so that you can use a small HD, and it has a USB port, which is amazing because as you take pictures, let's say throughout the day, you're driving your car, you can plug in the USB into the USB and it's charging. Some of the things that I would like it to have, maybe the button, this ISO button, be a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit offset from this area right here, especially when I put something on the hot shoe. It's a little bit hard to access the ISO button. I like the ISO button, but I wish it was a little bit bigger, a little more chunkier. Yes, it would be nice if it wasn't fixed, if there was like special lenses for it. That's not gonna happen, you know. People are gonna say, well, just buy yourself something like the Fuji X-E3, which is what I'm filming with right now. So, you know, could this be cool if this was a flip screen? Yeah, of course. I mean, flip screen like that, so that, you know, you can record and you can do, you know, your selfies or do, you know, some vlogging. That probably is not going to happen because this camera has always been marketed as a street camera. So I'm not surprised that they sell it that way. A lot of people, you know, if you see any old YouTube videos, you know, they'll say, oh, you know, this is great for taking pictures and no light, and this is great. It is. It looks like a toy. It looks like a point and shoot. But it definitely has a lot of features that will kick any phone and also any point and shoot. Another thing that would be nice to have in this camera is that have more control in the video. I would love to have more control in terms of, you know, maybe changing the ISO while I'm filming, or giving me an ability to maybe know that I'm like focus speaking while I'm recording, or maybe some type of like waveform. I know that sounds like a lot. Most likely that might be something that the XH1 might have, which is awesome. But more control, right? Would be nice to have a touch screen that doesn't get rid of the D-pad, right, to view your pictures and stuff. And then 4K, you know, skip a line, that's fine. The Fuji X-E3 does it, and it looks really nice. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. You have any questions on the X100F, you know, its capabilities, by all means, you know, put a comment below, and also please subscribe. So I'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.